So I got my headphones for my iPod and go to the seat up front. Now, folks, I have grown up a fat person, and when you grow up fat, you learn how to navigate through a thin person's world without calling attention to yourself. You try not to call attention to yourself. Granted, sometimes there are those of us who are big and we can't help it, but let me assure you, most fat people just want to blend into the woodwork, man. We don't want people to like look at us with looks of horror and, ew, why won't you do something about yourself? All that judgment that comes along with, you know, the same things that people don't like about whatever person or personal preference they have against people, whatever. I don't want to bring other places or people into it. But what I'm saying is no fat person, you know, wants to stick out. I'm sorry. And it sounds funny, but it's true. It's like we're all kind of dying inside a little bit and dying inside a lot of bit, you know, morbidly obese, if you were. But the sad thing is we can't hide or blend in, and oftentimes it is like a hippo hiding behind a palm tree. You know, it's just like, hey, I think there's a tubby over there. But generally speaking, we don't like to be noticed. We don't like to kind of stick out, and we don't like to have people pointing and stuff like that. So we tend not to put ourselves into situations where, I don't know, that might be our size might be introduced, you know, more so than it is just by walking around being large. So this front seat, I saw a seat up front in the plane. It was the only one open because, you know, the whole plane was packed at this point. I was the standby guy. It was between two ladies, and I was like, not a problem. I mean, look, if it was two other large people, that's the irony. I was just like, thank God it ain't two big fat dudes like me there. Then I can, you know, I wouldn't be able to fit, and we'd be like this the whole time. But these two ladies, I'm like, this is going to be fine. So I sit down and say low, kind of. Just as I'm going for my seatbelt, then all of a sudden I see the lady who is the attendant up front, the sales agent, and she's coming at me, and the first thing that goes in my head is just like, oh my God, something happened to my mother. And she's like, we have a problem. And I was like, something did happen to my mother. I'm thinking, what's the matter? And she goes, Mr. Smith, I need you to come with me. And I was like, why? What do you mean? And that's when it starts hitting me. I'm just like, oh no. Because I thought maybe, you know, maybe I left my license up there, but I didn't leave my license up there. Apparently I left my dignity up there, because the next words out of her mouth is the pilot saying that having you here is a safety hazard. The pilot's asking that you board the plane. I was like, oh ma'am, oh my. I said, oh, don't do this to me, please. Don't. Are you kidding me? Like, ma'am, there was people when I sat down, they like recognized me. Some dude said, Silent Bob, like, please don't do this to me.